Greetings and salutations. It is I, Professor Macabro, accompanied, like always, by the ever-sexy Zombie Huesitos and our spooky crew. And we are here to regale you with another movie review. Yes, indeed. And I decided to dress up for the occasion. Yes, indeed. As you can see, I am trying out my new vampire Victorian-looking tie. It's red and black, my favorite color scheme, and I decided to try this one out in lieu of my usual white with blood splattered tie that I've used for many years. And this one, well, as you can see, is a little bit more formal. It's an actual tie, not a clip-on or something that just has a zipper. I actually had to learn how to make the tie on the tie. Yes, indeed. But thankfully there are tutorials out there that will teach you how, so now I am looking quite fancy and dapper, so I decided to accessorize with this hat, which, let me tell you, given the fact that it's extremely hot today, maybe not the best idea, but we are here to talk about a movie. Yes, indeed. And what movie is that? Well, let me tell you. I reached out to the ever-amazing Pat of Have Cheetah Will View, because he is an IFC collector. Much like me, he is a budget baller, but he actively hunts and collects IFC movies, among other things. So when I came across a copy of this to purchase, I reached out to Pat and he said it was really good, so I took his advice and bought it. And that movie in question is Raze, starring Zoe Bell. Yes, indeed. And this movie, if you're curious what it's about, it's kind of like, think of what Fight Club would be, but with a bunch of hot chicks. Unfortunately, unlike Fight Club, who had a bunch of testosterone-filled dudes fighting it out for shits and giggles, in this story provided by IFC Midnight, a group of women are abducted and they are told that they have to fight to death in order to safeguard their family members, because if they refuse, their loved ones will be unalived and they will also be killed. So they have a chance to save them. If they fight and participate in these death games, their family won't be killed. But, well, that leaves people in a very questionable situation. I mean, would you have the balls to kill another person willy-nilly in order to save yourself and the people you love? And in the case of these people, well, yes, they are very willing to kill each other in order to save their families and have maybe a fleeting hope of getting out of this scenario. And all this is televised and shared by a bunch of rich fucks that get their shits and giggles by seeing the common folk fight amongst it themselves, like things like The Purge, or the back in Roman times and Gladiator days. And I still can't believe Gladiator is getting a sequel with Gladiator 2. Blows my mind. But anyway, so this group of people, we follow mainly Zoe Bell's character, who is trying to survive in order to save her daughter, which she gave up many years ago. And another ensemble cast of women that does a really good job in selling the fights. Very good choreography in this one, let me tell you, especially Zoe Bell. And you have a lot of really good fights, really bare-knuckle, bloodthirsty, balls to the walls, gritty punching and kicking and screaming and gouging of the eyes fights that we have here. So it is very uncomfortable to see the fights in one hand because, well, these women don't have a choice. They are forced into this shitty situation by a bunch of rich fucks that, again, are pumping one out while they're watching these poor women suffer. And it's very disturbing in that way. But again, that's a movie. It's very well done. The choreography is really good, and in one of the behind the scenes, it showcases how the actresses had to do some training. Zoe Bell, who is a stunt woman, also had to train them in the punches so they wouldn't hurt each other. And the choreography is really good, I thought. So again, you kind of are admiring that aspect and how good the movie is, and then you're also kind of like flinching because you feel bad about these poor women that are going through this horrible situation. And it really is a very horrible situation that they find themselves in. I mean, you either get killed immediately by someone else, or you fight on and lose a little bit of your soul and start losing hope, which really sucks. Doug Jones is also in this one, yes! Billy the Butcher from Hocus Pocus and the eye guy from Pan's Labyrinth is in this, and one of the angels from Legion. He's in this indeed, and I was very, very shocked to see him there, because he's the main bad guy that's organizing this shitty fight club thing to the death. So very surprised to see him pop up in this. But again, a very good movie. Again, very hardcore in the sense that you're seeing these poor women go through shit. And you kind of figure that they're not going to have much of hope of escaping because they have to kill each other. And you have this one girl that's kind of crazy because of the whole traumatized experience, so she kind of disconnects on the fact that she's killing people. And then you have this psycho lady that is actually having the time of her life, killing off people. And then you have other women that are doing it to try to survive, like Zoe Bell. So a very good ensemble cast. I personally enjoyed it, and I want to give a big thanks to Pat from Half Cheetah Will View for recommending me to get this movie and adding it to the collection and enjoying it very much. So thanks, Pat. I still don't have the same amount of IFC movies that you do, but I'm working on it. So Raze with Zoe Bell. I would recommend it. Have you seen Raze? Would you recommend it? Did you not like it? Let us know in the comments down below. But until we see you all again next time, this has been Dapper and Fancy Professor Macabro. That is Zombie Huesitos, and we wish you all, like always, a good evening.